All right, y'all. So this is going to be a current energy reading for December of 2025. Y'all make sure y'all give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoy the content. I will have a donations link in the description box below. Keep in mind, this will not be a blank screen throughout the whole reading. I don't have any tripod on me. So anyways, y'all just hang in there for a minute while I shuffle the cards. We're going to see what's going on for the current energy. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, the first one to turn over. So what's going on with the current energy for December of 2025? For today, current energy for today for December of 2025. All right, so the bottom card is the Ace of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Swords reverse, the Two of Wands reverse, the Eight of. Okay, so this is related to a wrong decision, someone making a wrong decision, and they're not able to sleep on that. The Moon reverse. Okay, so there's a lot of clarity coming through on a decision that was made that was a wrong decision. That's now having someone go in circles with themselves with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Okay, so someone knows and has accepted reality that something is not going to go the way that they expected it to, with some type of wrong decision. This was manipulated. Trains coming by as I'm saying that. Y'all just give it a minute. Y'all wait till the train passes. All right, so there's something going on here to where someone knows that they made a wrong decision, and now they're faced with reality that this is not going to ever work with all this manipulation. Yeah, Judgment reverse. Virgo, Gemini, Cancer, Scorpio energy. King of Swords reverse. King of Pentacles reverse. Justice. Okay, so someone knows that a situation needs to be made right due to a lot of manipulation being done. Okay, so whatever has been going on and on and on in a circle like this, a repetitive pattern that was taking place with a lot of misinformation, that right there is not going to be able to hold up as an illusion upon a situation. That's what's being exposed. Damn, look at all these. This could be authority in reverse. Knight of Cups reverse and the Sun card. This is exposed. So there's a situation no longer in the dark. The opposite of the moon would be the sun, but yet with the moon being a reverse, that's a double confirmation on an extreme level that something is exposed. These individuals ain't got no choice but to confess to each other about what has been taking place with a lot of misinformation and the wrong decision being made. There's a lot of manipulation. This could be manipulation of resources. It's all in who they know. But this right here is all getting exposed with the moon reverse. So it's like they ain't got no choice. It's like they may be trying to blame each other. Oh, this one did this because they wanted to do that, and oh, it's their fault. Look like to me, authority figures are taking accountability for a situation, but yet they're blaming each other, but not blaming somebody else. So if you are a victim of an injustice, you're not being blamed for that. These individuals are fixated on blaming themselves, and it's like they are holding themselves accountable, but yet they want to criticize each other because of something not being done the proper way with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. They could be trying to manipulate each other into gaslight. It's like they may be gaslighting one another, but at the same time, they're holding each other accountable, but they can't hold themselves when it comes to them accepting their wrongdoing. By them blaming each other, is actually them holding themselves accountable. Damn, what the hell is going on, bro? Who are some of you out there? Because apparently you got a lot of power to cause this to happen. This can actually be a lot of authority figures that may be blaming each other for something because there is authority here. I'm kind of getting legal energy coming from the justice card. This card keeps coming up too in the upright position. So whatever was being done with a lot of manipulation to keep a cycle on going with an injustice, there's something that needs to be made right because there's a lot of exposure. There's nothing in the dark anymore about some misinformation and wrong decisions that was made to keep something on going like this. And something needs to be made right with the situation in regards to something not being done right on that level. And that would be pertaining to the wrong decision. So someone feels like it's the right decision to be made in order to make something that was done to you that was wrong to be made right. But it's going to have to take these individuals to possibly have an argument between one another, criticizing each other, judging each other, but yet they're holding each other accountable at the same time. They may not be aware of this, they may not consciously be aware that this is happening, but they're actually holding each other accountable. Even though they're not holding themselves accountable, by them criticizing each other going back and forth, that's accountability. But they can't accept the fact of they're wrong within themselves. But by them engaging and going back and forth and arguing with each other over a situation like this, that right there is accountability. So even though they're not holding themselves accountable, like them personally, by them going back and forth with each other and arguing, that is accountability because they're still holding one another accountable, if that makes any sense. And this is based off a lot of wrong decisions that was made. And since something is in the opening with the moon reverse, and there's a lot of exposure on this, they ain't got no choice but to make something right because this manipulation is clearly not going to work. This plan to manipulate or to drag something out, it's not going to work. There's that dragging out energy again. So something clearly is not going to work with trying to drag something out with misinformation. A lot of deception, a lot of illusions, trickery, manipulation of resources. That right there would be an indication of it's all in who these individuals know. But that right there is going to go back off on them as conflict of interest. You can't be having that done whenever there's a legal situation manifesting, bro, or there could be a upcoming legal proceedings. It shouldn't be all in who you know. Because that right there could go back off on a situation as conflict of interest, which is going to better to affect a judgment against someone. That's going to better to affect a judgment to where it's not a fair ruling. If this is an upcoming legal proceedings situation. And I'm getting that these individuals are pissed off at one another. There's a judge somewhere that could kind of get be upset, but it's the ones that engaged in to manipulate something this long in order to bring it in front of a judge, and the judge may be saying, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." That's what I'm getting. So this originally started from something else in order to bring it before a judge. Okay, so something's being stopped in its tracks because there may be a judge that knows that this is unfair to someone, and there's an argument here going on. This is an argument because the innocent person is being lied on with the Ace of Swords reverse, and it looked like to me somebody's gonna have to be held accountable in authority for lying on this person. But this is something that they may not be used to seeing because of something being done a certain way for a long time. Like I said, that would be pertaining to manipulation of resources. And the minute these individuals were to get in front of this judge and to try to present their evidence, this right here is going to come out that this is a lie. This evidence is not legit. Someone shouldn't even be before a judge to start with for some of y'all situation. Especially if something's being manipulated. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a legal advisor, so there is a disclaimer in the description box below. This could be used for entertainment purposes only. That way, people don't misinterpret the reading. But this is based off of me channeling energy also, so I will let that be known. when it comes to specific details on that level. But this can also be helpful for a situation, even though it can't be used as evidence when it comes to a reading. But the information could be helpful in a lot of ways. So for this to be done this way, in order for somebody to be apparently in front of a judge before a judge, this right here was going to be done to where someone wasn't able to walk away, but it's due to misinformation with the Ace of Swords reverse and the Judgment reverse. This is connected to a lot of malicious gossip, a lot of rumors, a lot of false allegations. But this was being done with the wrong decision that was being made that relentlessly was going over and over and over. And whoever is trying to manipulate a situation with illusions and lies are being seen, and this could really be having a judge upset. But this right here is going to better to have growth. There's going to be an expansion of a lot of growth that's going to come out of this situation. So that's the positives. Somebody may not be used to holding authority figures accountable for their wrongdoings, but what it looks like here, as a judge upset somewhere is just looking at an authority figure as I say, what's their problem? Why did they do this to somebody? They had no business engaged in these type of practices to start with. Somebody there's a judge somewhere giving a side eye to a bunch of authority figures, what it looks like. But yet they try to get the judge upset at an innocent person. To try to have the judge criticize an innocent person, to have them accused of things that they're not doing. But this is going to be related to the fabrication that was supposed to be presented before the judge. I'm also getting something to do with the prosecution. Because who you think brings charges before a courtroom? It's originally supposed to be picked up by the prosecutor, right? And the prosecutor presents their evidence before the judge because in the end, the judge has the power for a ruling. So this could have something to do between authority figures, but what is going on here is they're twisting the prosecutor's perception. There's something very significant about a prosecutor being manipulated into believing something, and this is affecting the judge too. Go, bro. Whoever is engaging in this to do this on an authoritative level, they better be careful. Because there's something right here that's being seen that a prosecutor could have been manipulated into believing something, and therefore they thought that they had credible enough evidence to present it before a judge when it comes to a ruling. Because it's like I said before, in order for charges to go through, that's what the prosecution is there for. But in the end, the judgment is going to have to be the one to make the final ruling. But there's something very significant about there's a few authority figures, may not be all of them, but there's a few of them, could be up to one or two of them, or to three of them, that could have been manipulating information with a lot of lies, misinformation, doing something doing something in an excessive pattern with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. And this is all coming out to the light. This is related to fraud with the Knight of Cups reverse. This is someone causing trouble, being a troublemaker, but someone is being falsely accused of being a troublemaker. So this could have something to do with someone being falsely accused or being a troublemaker. This could be a pending situation, but there's something that's getting stopped in its track with the Wheel of Fortune reverse and being made right because of something being brought to a judge's awareness that this is misinformation about an innocent person. This person's being lied on through a lot of fabrication. And this can actually hurt them on a legal level with some type of unfair ruling that they were trying to get to go against someone. And this could have been presented before a prosecutor. The prosecution could also be discovering the fact that this is a lie. What these individuals have been doing. But just like I said, they're not used to holding these individuals accountable. This is a situation related to there's a prosecution and a judge not used to holding authority figures accountable when it comes to situations. But this situation right here is going to have that happen because of something being discovered about these individuals lying on an innocent person. In reality, they have a few dirty officials that was behind attacking someone. And to try to have some form of false evidence, which would be fabrication, presented before the judge through trying to manipulate a prosecutor. Why am I getting that a prosecutor was manipulated and lied to? Because it was. This could have something to do with a water sign, don't have to be. This is someone that has been upset over a situation for a long time. This could be upsetting a prosecutor. Clarify the five of cups. Yeah, the six of cups. Okay, so this is related to someone from this individual's past that kept on doing something to them. And if you look at the imagery of this card, someone has had their back turned. This could be a situation related to children, but someone originally has had their back turned and someone has been doing something shady in regards to these matters to manipulate something with children, possibly. The patient man, Pisces energy. Okay, so this prosecutor has been enlightened to the fact that this person that has been targeted this way has been a victim of a scandal and a scam with a lot of fraud with the Knight of Cups reverse. This is enlightenment. But this took a long time in order for something to surface with the moon reverse. Maybe it's due to people going back and forth with each other and having an argument and criticizing each other and holding each other accountable. But there's something that slowly but surely has came to the light to enlighten this individual about something. Clarify that. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so a prosecutor could have been enlightened to the fact that someone makes their money legitimately and someone trying to make them appear as if they was doing something deceptive for financial gain. But it turns out it's the person that try to make them appear as if they're a troublemaker. That's the ones that's been engaging in that. So this is coming out about an innocent person. A prosecutor has also discovered the fact of how somebody makes their money in a legitimate way. So a lot of truths are coming out here. Clarify that. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. This is a hard worker. There's a prosecutor somewhere that's discovered the fact that someone makes their money the legitimate way and they work alone. And there's a situation that has been following the individual for a long time to try to get in the way of that. What else was possibly this? Okay, so there's a new discovery or something. So what is there that they're discovering, like the main thing that they're discovering with the situation? Someone's being subjected to harm. This is connected to someone's ex that is hurting them, possibly. The Three of Swords could represent an ex. Someone's ex-lover has been involved in betraying this person, hurting them multiple occasions. This individual has been hurt. Strength reverse. Leo energy in reverse. Some of you could have been a Leo that could have been harmed, that could have been going through this, don't have to be. Or this could be pertaining to a situation involving a Leo. Someone has also tried to project this illusion as if they've been victimized. That would be the troublemaker card. Like somebody trying to make you appear as if you're a troublemaker and you're trying to do things that's out of line, but yet this is what's out of line. So this is the underlying energy, the Three of Swords. So this is what is being discovered, the root of the problem. Someone's ex has been hurting this person. Nine of Wands reverse. This right here is definitely connected to a scandal. I want to say the Nine of Wands reverse is a scandal. Trying to get this individual to fold with a situation by trying to pile all this on top of them. Clarify. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles reverse. There's something coming out here about a business being operated too. And this business is connected to this person that has been hurting this individual that possibly is trying to have them involved in an unfair, this could be an unfair manner on a legal level, to try to have them misjudged on a legal level, to try to get them in trouble. There's someone connected to a lot of shady activity going on in a public setting with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. There's a business being discovered to be being ran and attacking this person that had their back turned all this time. This individual was falsely accused of being a stalker, but turns out this individual's having this person stalked. There's some allegations about children here. This individual slandering this person about children with a page of sword reverse. But there's a business being ran in order to stalk these individuals and to harass them. Oh, so that would explain why judges all up in the uproar. Oh, this judge ain't taking this lightly, bro. Somebody's fixing to go to prison for this, is what I'm feeling intuitively. Whoever's been doing this shady shit, this gonna catch up with them. This is what's coming out with the moon reverse and the sun card. There could be a lot of individuals going back and forth, holding each other accountable, but yet they're failing to hold themselves accountable. Like, look at themselves as to say they're wrong. Like the individual holding themselves accountable, but yet they're pointing fingers at each other. So this is related to slander, stalking, suspicious activity occurring in a public setting, trying to get a lot of individuals in a public setting to view this individual that was falsely accused as if they're a suspicious person. Clarify that. This is in regards to children with the pages in reverse. Someone has been doing something very deceptive at running a business in regards to the children. And this is all surfacing. A lot of scamming taking place, a lot of lying taking place, slander, stalking, harassment. Ace of Wands. This is something that's inappropriate being done through fake pages, possibly. With the Ace of Wands, something inappropriate is being done through fake pages. I'm not going to be too specific or detailed, but something's definitely being done through fake pages. This could be the extortion, but add an S on that. That's going to be blank extortion. Inappropriate exploitation. Three of Pentacles reverse. So this is a business that's being discovered to be exploiting these individuals. And there could be something connected to money laundering too. Laundering currency. I can reassure you, bro, this Ten of Pentacles being in reverse, this is an illegal business that is being operated by somebody that was having someone falsely accused of trying to get them in the system, to try to get them in trouble. This may be something that may be under review right now. And it's like none of these individuals want to hold themselves accountable when it comes to them personally holding themselves accountable. That's why they're pointing fingers at one another. Because nobody wants to go down for running this operation. Nobody wants to be seen to actually doing this. No one wants to be seen to be doing this because this is going to work against them. Five of Swords reverse. This is clarifying the Three of Pentacles reverse. So this was meant to work against you. If some of you were subjected to this being done to you, this was meant to work against you in order to falsify a lot of things on papers, as you can see right here. Some of these individuals could have tried to do something relentless, countless amount of times in order to try to get a bench warrant out for your arrest. There's a bench right here, and a bench warrant would be violating some type of order. Whoever is doing this bullshit, bro, these individuals are being uncovered as harassers and criminals. There's a criminal enterprise being discovered to be operated with a few individuals inside of here. And this could be mind blowing to a prosecutor. Like they never thought that this was possible. Yeah, there's a lot of silence here. These individuals could be like on hush mode right now and scramming. Like there's a lot of what you call scrambling energy, not scramming, but scrambling energy. These individuals may be scrambling right now, not knowing what to do. It's just karma coming back around to bite all these individuals that has been doing this because this has been exposed. With the sun, that's full exposure. Ain't nothing in the dark about what has been being done to an innocent person. And you got somebody trying to play fucking victim, huh? This individual, I'm gonna tell you right now what I said in one of my other readings. Just because somebody has a criminal history, if they got arrested before, don't mean that they're always gonna be a criminal. The motherfuckers you gotta look into, excuse my language, it's the people that you gotta look into that may not have a criminal history. Just because they don't have a criminal record, don't mean that they're not committing crimes this major on this level. Because individuals, there's something coming out about someone that may have some criminal history about them. And that right there was supposed to be used as credible evidence when it comes to upcoming situation with the judgment reverse. If this wasn't presented before a judge just yet, if this hasn't entered the courtroom just yet with the judgment reverse, because this give me the vibes of a judge is not calling something out like there's something that's not in court right now with the judgment reverse. But this is giving me the vibes of something pending. There's a legal proceedings that are pending. But while these proceedings are pending, there's something that's being manipulated before it even enters these proceedings. Okay, so this could be done while something is ongoing. There's an upcoming legal proceedings that may be taking place. But before the individual gets in front of a judge, there's something that is being done with a lot of lies and manipulation. Wow. So whatever is being done within this group of collaboration here, these individuals collaborating together in order to try to falsify things about an innocent person. There's a lot of crimes being uncovered with the Five of Swords reverse that's related to this business here. These authority figures don't want to be held accountable, but they are. They are. They are. Clarify that. They could be going to prison. Ada, so you remember how I channeled earlier when I said I feel like somebody is about to get, there's a few individuals that could be subjected to being locked up because of manipulating something before something even enters a courtroom, bro. With the judgment reverse. Okay, so the Five of Swords reverse, that's all about arrests being made, crimes being uncovered, and arrests being made. So these individuals could be subjected to being arrested. I channeled that earlier. The star card for doing this to an innocent person. This could have something involving an Aquarius, don't have to be. This can also be pertaining to someone that is innocent, someone that is highly creative. There's a few individuals that's subjected to being locked up for messing with an innocent person, is what it looks like. For taking foolish risk. It's all about risky investments, taking risky, taking risk, acting very stupid, like acting very stupid and recklessly, or reckless when it comes to the situation. This is a lot of stupidity, carelessness, recklessness. Four wands reverse. Something that's been occurring in a public setting, especially with the Ten of Pentacles and the Four Wands reverse. Trying to manipulate something in regards to a non-legitimate connection. It's also being seen and being discovered of a new discovery here of these individuals manipulating things with using connections to their advantage. There's something coming out here about authority figures that may be in a connection with one another. That also has connections to this person that has been doing this shady shit to this individual. There's nothing but conflict of interest all over these cards, bro. Yeah, look at that. About all who they could help out. This is all about gifts being given. If they do this, they're going to do that. If they do this, they're going to do that. That's all about help and serve each other, not serve the innocent. Clarify that. The Empress. But from the looks of it, you are going to get justice in regard to this being done to you, whoever this is resonate with. Some of you could be Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Pisces. Whoever was done wrong with a situation and having to be subjected to harm when it comes to legal proceedings, something that shouldn't even have someone in the system to start with the judgment reverse. If you are indeed in the system, if they got you in the system, and there's something that is awaiting legal proceedings. So give me a closing message. There's a new discovery of an individual being manipulated, possibly a prosecutor being manipulated. This could be connected to a TRAFFICKING business. Closing message for this reading. King of Swords reverse again. The Empress. They're caught. Seven of Swords reverse again caught. Whoever's been imposter someone, if someone was using someone's identity in order to do all this to them, to try to get away with this, they're going to get caught for that too. The justice card's coming out too. So whoever this individual is, these troublemakers that's been committing fraud will get caught. This is proving that they don't have anything on you. I'm also getting the feds having to get involved. The FBI is getting involved along with the Department of Justice. So the DOJ and the FBI is getting involved to close this cycle out. They're done. These individuals are done. The FBI is involved, is what I'm getting. They had to get involved with the DOJ. With the Hierophant and the Justice card both in the same reading, this is giving me the heavy indication of higher powered authority figures. And this is giving me the vibes of the Department of Justice, which is the DOJ. Whoever's been fabricating all of this with the Seven of Pentacles reverse and doing all this to lie, to manipulate, there's that Knight of Cups reverse again, fraud, manipulation. There could be some romance scams coming out too. Romance scams. Somebody using their connections to their advantage with the Lover's card. Having explicit relations with one another in order to keep on manipulating something. That's another thing that's coming out to it all. The Seven of Pentacles reverse. I'm getting the Department of Justice has had to get involved, along with the FBI, possibly alerting them of a problem. They're caught. Okay, so whoever was imposter in someone with running this business and operating this business, they're getting caught. Telling to me the Department of Justice is catching them. This could be related to a Libra Taurus, Libra, double on the Libra energy. Some of you out there could be a Libra lady. Don't have to be a lady. You could be a man, a Libra man that could have had to go through that. We have Taurus, we have Gemini, we have Aries, we have Scorpio, we have Virgo. And we also have Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius with the world. Some of you could be an Aquarius feminine that could have had to go through something. That's going to be cleared off for you too. You could be a parent. Somebody try to make you look as if you're a bad parent. Man, these individuals are observing who the bad people are. Lady, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no bad lady right here. You know what I'm saying? This individuals ain't bad, but they could be mean when it comes to protecting themselves. They're gonna sit there and stand the fuck up, and yet people got a problem with it. So be it. If the individual is not sitting there messing with the lady, then the lady is not gonna sit there and get in defensive energy. It's like these individuals expect you to just sit back as to say, "Oh yeah, well that's fine, that's fine." Bullshit. This ain't all right. Okay, so some of you could be a lady that could have had to go through that. There's masculine energy here too. So on a divine level, you have a spiritual masculine and a spiritual feminine that has been subjected to this. Both energies are in my cards. This is the spiritual masculines that are very powerful. And then you have the spiritual feminines that are extremely powerful also. So there's both genders here. Like both of these individuals could have been done this way. It's like both of them. Like you could have been a man that could have been going through a situation like this, but there's also the feminine that's been going through that too. There's something that could be coming out about these individuals doing a deeper research to find out because this card does represent spirituality. But I'm getting that this right here could be very inspiring to the higher up law here with the Hierophant and the Justice card to see why this may be occurring. It's because you're a proper leader to society. That's why. You know how to lead people down the right path and to clear up violations, bro, like you're a spiritual warrior. And there's nothing against the law about exercising your First Amendment, which is your right to freedom of belief and religion. So you inspire these individuals to see who the real leaders of society are. Turns out it's these individuals. And yet trying to get in your way and cause you all kind of problems. Yeah, okay. They're like, whoa, whoa, hold up a minute. They ain't about to get away with that shit. They ain't about to be getting away with causing all this trouble for you, for some of y'all out there. Okay, so they see that you're doing the right thing. Whatever you're doing, they ain't got nothing on you. They already know that. They ain't got a damn thing on you. It's like these individuals are gonna sit the hell down and respect the law. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these individuals right here are putting the brakes on. These individuals like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Ain't going nowheres with this. They trying to carry out all these that look. They think that they got something on this individual right here, the Empress and the Emperor. They think they got something on these individuals right here, and they already know they're rejecting it. This is a ruling like some type of order as to say, push that to the side. There ain't nothing on this individual. Somebody's been using their identity and imposter in them, and they got caught. So that right there is gonna go back off on all of this cycle that's been manipulated. Because it turns out that this is what was done since it first started. Ooh. Okay, so I can reassure you during this process, these individuals are indeed getting caught physically. This will be removed out of your energy with the Ten of Wands reverse, and then you have the World card. So this is being removed out of someone's energy simply because of someone getting caught with imposter in them. This card in the upright is an imposter trying to get away with something. That's how they was able to get away with something for so long. But guess what? It's in reverse. So therefore, when they're caught at doing this, all of this that they thought that they was going to try to manipulate to get it to go against you, that's being removed out of your way, and that's going to close this cycle. So there's something that is wrapping itself up here with the World card. Some of you could end up coming into a union with someone. Something very significant about a union. You could be meeting somebody that may be very powerful, or you could be coming into a union. Some of you may be coming into a union with an authority figure, with the lovers, the justice, and the hierophant card. But it's like people want to look at that as like, oh, authority don't like spiritual people. Bullshit. Bullshit. Some of them apparently do. They love the hell out of these individuals. And yet people want to get mad. Well, the government is against spiritual people. Well, with this situation, apparently not. Like, damn, bro, like everybody just looks for things. It's like they try to make it forbidden for an authority figure to be with a spiritual person. It don't matter where the authority works at, bro. If they want to have relations with someone that may be spiritual, there's nothing against the law about that. Oh, okay. So some of you could be coming into a union with one of these individuals with the lover's card. So if these individuals try to get in the way of your love life, it looks like to me this is backfiring on them. For some of you out there, you could be a Gemini. For some of you, don't have to be. From the looks of it, someone has a very strong, intense connection, but something has to first be cleared up. There's a match here with somebody. There's a direct match here. Whoever this is resonating with, like this may not be resonating with y'all on a relationship level. Like you may still be single, but there's a situation being cleared up with the Seven of Swords reverse. But what I'm getting for some of you, there just may be a few of y'all this may resonate with. It looks like to me these individuals, whoever this is right here, wherever they're located at, they don't have a problem with spiritual people. If you are indeed on the spiritual side of things, if you're some kind of spiritual advisor, spiritual leader, you can also be interpreted as a guru. This could be the guru energy, someone giving spiritual knowledge and teachings. That's not against the law. That's protected under the First Amendment. And it's like somebody's in the background that knows that they're guilty of manipulating something, is trying to project this forbidden energy as if you can't have a connection with somebody in a high rank position of authority. Checkmate, yes, you can. Whether to masculine, whether to feminine, they make their own damn decisions. They don't know. It's like they could be discovering that this individual's trying to manipulate something in regards to that because they don't want nobody to love you or to protect you or to make something right with for you. Checkmate, something is being made right. They don't care what these individuals want. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you why this energy is being projected on. This energy is being projected onto them because they want to continue with the cycle to keep you single, isolated, and subjected to this type of bullshit. That's in violation of your rights. That's why. Hmm. Something's coming out here about some one night stands too. They think that they slick, having relations with somebody and yet trying to manipulate something all at the same time just to provide the corrupt individual with protection, right? Because they're corrupt themselves. It's another thing that's coming out. They're caught, bro. The Seven Sword diverse. They caught. They caught. Get the Department of Justice is catching them. This will represent justice, right? Department of Justice. And the main reason why they possibly had to get involved because of what I just explained earlier. And how there could have been a prosecutor that could have been alerted about a problem that could have found out something through a new discovery. And yet this right here, bro, is how a lot of people go against one another. And you're not going to sit there and have this taken out on you because you have been hurt through all of this fraud being committed with the Knight of Cups reverse. Somebody trying to impost you to try to get you in trouble. That's another reason why some of you out there wasn't able to be provided with protection, the protection that you well was deserving of. Because of someone behind the scenes doing some snake slide shit to manipulate resources because they got the position to do so in order to get in the way and obstruct your help and your justice. So that right there could be considered tampering with your justice, obstruction of justice. With the Two of Cups being here and the Lovers being here, you do in fact have a connection with possibly one of these individuals that may be coming in to serve justice the proper way. So something will be made balanced and fair when it comes to something being discovered about someone's identity, someone imposter someone. Therefore, it's going to be better to remove all of this that they thought that they could use throughout some type of case or whatever this is in regards to. This is going to be removed because of this being caught. But just like I said, someone is in the background trying to manipulate something as if it's not okay for an authority figure to be with a spiritual person that may be coming in to provide them with protection and assistance. But it's not just them, it's their team of people that are behind them. Evidence response team. You have cyber task force. You have all of them possibly. It look like to me everybody has came into an agreement with catching something up when it comes to someone's identity being used, someone imposter in someone's character, and all to manipulate all this against somebody financially. And it turns out this is connected to romance scams, fraud, money laundering. It's all getting caught. So someone's not going to be able to manipulate their way out of this situation because of everything being caught up and seen for what it is. Therefore, once again, it's going to be able to remove a problem out of your energy. So the closing message is verifying the moon reverse, that everything has came full closure and has exposed itself to the right people. With both of these cards being in the upright, Justice and the Hierophant, this is a very, very, very strong indication that something will be made right. These are people that do things by the book. They make sure everything is validated, everything goes through certain procedures, and things are going to be made right by the book. This is an extreme positive sign here with the Hierophant and the Justice card both in the upright and the world. That means something coming to a complete end. There's a closure of a cycle. Remember how I pulled the world? I want to say the world came out in reverse earlier. No, I don't think the world came out in reverse earlier whenever I was pulling cards. But I kept on pulling the world reverse when it comes to these situations for a long time. That means someone is relentlessly trying to continue with a cycle. And this is how it was able to continue because of someone imposter in you and all to keep that happening, to keep that on going. So clarify this, the Hierophant and the Justice card. Strength reverse, Leo energy in reverse. So this right here is coming to a complete end with the Hierophant and the Justice card. This is being made right in someone's favor because of someone trying to bully somebody through a situation. This is bullying. Clarify the strength reverse. Give me a clarifier. Yeah, this has got exposed. So this person's exposed. The moon reverse again. Leo Cancer energy. Clarify the moon reverse. This person's got exposed. Ace of Wands reverse. And the Three of Pentacles reverse. So that's all connected to the Hierophant and the Justice card. So this is being made right simply due to this individual being exposed for having incredible poor work ethic and doing something extremely corrupt inside of an institution. Connected to other people that was collaborating with this person, which would be considered conflict of interest. This could also have something to do with some of y'all's job. This individual could have been seen to be working against your job or something about a job here. There's something very significant about a bench being right here. This give me the vibes of a bench warrant. They could have been trying to manipulate something to have something ongoing with using your identity until you could get before a judge. That way they could possibly find you guilty of things that was fabricated with the Seven of Pentacles reversed through fraud. And yet was going to have a bench warrant out for your arrest to have you arrested. With the Three of Pentacles reversed, that's coming out too. Wouldn't that be a sign of a plan? I'm not saying that did happen, y'all, but there could be a possibility of that. Or this is how this was going to end up turning up to be. This is how this situation was going to end up turning out to happen that way. There's a bench here. And then you have all kind of papers that have been fabricated and tampered with. This is all of this right here. All of this is on these papers being shown to a judge, right? The prosecution and the judge. And yet there's a bench right here. So whatever was being manipulated, bro, could get you in serious trouble. This is an extreme violation on these individuals' behalf that has been tampered with things and manipulating it with fraud. Yeah, these individuals have gotten exposed because of that. Clarify that. Knight of Swords. So this happened very fast, very quickly. This could have happened unexpectedly. They're not hiding, bro. They're not hiding. These individuals can't hide. They can't get away. They can't run. It's over. All of this is being seen through the Two of Swords reverse. About how you had your back turned and you kept on being delayed after delay after delay after delay after delay. That would be that Wheel of Fortune reverse. So there's a pattern that's been spotted. See that pattern? But how this pattern was able to continue is with one of these individuals manipulating resources to their advantage and using your identity to do so, to fabricate all this to keep a cycle on going. To have you possibly put on a false investigations with the Hermit reverse, that's also being exposed too. With how they was able to keep on continuing with a so-called investigation, but yet it's one of these tyrants sitting there in this institution manipulating shit. Yeah, with not allowing you to walk away and relentlessly holding you up to where you can't walk away. So there's been a pattern that has been seen and collected as evidence against these individuals that you weren't able to walk away this whole time, and it's proven that you was innocent while this is being done to you. You was innocent. I'm gonna tell you what's proven this by these individuals getting caught with your identity. Someone impostering you. So this is gonna prove the intention beyond why this was being done to deliberately obstruct your justice. Wouldn't that be a form of organized crime? Because that's exactly what it is. Nine of Pentacles. Once again, this energy is coming up again. They try to get you to appear as if you was doing shady things with finances, but you're not the operator of that business. The business that you do could be seen by a lot of people, especially if you're a spiritual advisor or you may be a guru or someone that may be some type of inspiration, a mentor of some sort. That's how you earn your income. And these individuals try to obstruct that. There's something about some wire fraud that could be coming out too with the Two of Pentacles. There's a double here. See how there's double? So there was definitely a double of one of you out there. Someone trying to mimic you. So that would be identity theft. With the currency being connected to this wire, there could be something coming out about wire fraud. See how currency is being transported from one end to the other through a wire? Oh, Ten of Pentacles reverse again. Damn, goals, bro. These individuals could be getting caught for stealing a lot of currency. Look at that. That's all this money being transferred illegally through a wire. Go. But yet these individuals are trying to have you in front of a judge to have you prosecuted for shit that you're not even doing. Yeah, okay. So there's something very significant about a lot of money, bro. Look at all the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That is a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot of money that's connected to that business. But there's something that could be coming out about how you had currency stolen from your position of work, wherever you're employed at for your job. That's connected to all these financial investments, bro, which is bad. This was all obtained off of fraud and identity theft. Not a good look for these individuals operating this business because there's people that's connected to it that are associates with this person, which you know what that could go back off on them for? Accessory to the fact. They had knowledge on this business being operated, but yet nobody want to do the right thing to stop this business from being ran. Checkmate. You got the justice and the hierophant card there with the world. This is over. Damn, Eight of Swords again. Oh, damn, that's twice that I pulled the Eight of Swords. Yeah, these individuals could be looking towards being indicted for this. Bruh, so this is gonna better to verify and back up my intuition, what I sensed earlier, even though I didn't have the Eight of Swords when I first started pulling cards. And yet I sensed heavy imprisonment energy. Look at it again. They're about to go bye-bye. Clarify the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this is something related to a smear campaign to have someone hated on. This could be connected to some type of extremism group with the Six of Wands reverse. This is having someone hated on, someone slandered, someone defamated, defamation of character. This could have something to do with someone being trolled on a public platform, a lot of bullying on a public platform, or something being controlled with social media. With the Six of Wands reverse, someone trying to control a platform with the Six of Wands reverse. This could be related to a lot of trolling accounts. This is connected to this Ten of Pentacles reverse too. Manipulating something over social media in order to have someone defamated, to have them attacked from different accounts with a Six of Wands reverse. I'm also getting these indictments will be exposed publicly. There's a public downfall these individuals have to take. They have to take a public downfall. There's a fall from grace. For whoever was leading these individuals to do this shit to someone, every bit of these individuals that's been following behind this could be indicted. That's another reason why the Eight of Swords is here. Because of doing something to someone over social media with the Six of Wands reverse, creating constant illusions about someone's character, trolling them, bullying them on a platform, trying to control the narrative of someone. Okay, so there's multiple things that's connected to the Seven of Pentacles reverse with the Knight of Cups reverse. Yeah, they're done. They're done. That way you could leave and you could be free. You could have a new beginning. You're free to go for some of you. So these individuals are going to be the main culprits of having you set free to where you're free to go by these individuals being held back with being indicted, what it looks like with the Eight of Swords. I don't know when this is taking place, y'all, or it could have already took place. But you do have a new beginning on the horizon, whenever that may be. Some of you could be an Aquarius late. There, look, there's Aquarius energy again. You could be an Aquarius lady. You're gonna be free. Try to make this individual out to be a bad mother figure. This ain't no bad mom. Why? Because they can stand their ground. Because they smart. They smart. They know exactly what's going on in their surroundings. Because they're connected to themselves. That's what the problem is. Fuck out of here. They can't, bro. These type of people that do shit like this can't stand intuitive people. That's why they invented chairs so they could sit down. That's why they invented chairs. If they can't stand intuitive people, they could gladly have a seat. It bothers them that damn much they could gladly have a seat. Look, the magician reverse. I don't think I don't think they're in their right state of mind to even have a seat, bro. You tell them to sit down, they'll stand up. When you tell them to stand up, they'll sit down. It's like they're the exact opposite with the magician reverse. They don't know what the hell to do. You know what I'm saying? Look, all that fucking magic they be tossing. They don't know what they doing, bro. It's like you tell them to sit down, they'll stand up. You tell them to stand up, they'll sit down. It's like the exact opposite. You tell them to have a seat, it's like they think standing up is having a seat. Damn. Yeah, look, Page of Pentacles reverse. Bro, these individuals could have been trying to do divination to try to put magic on your cards if you're a divination person with the Page of Pentacles reverse. Like they could have been trying to manipulate your cards or your divination oracle cards or something with the Page of Pentacles reverse. And in order for you to literally put magic on yourself to try to manifest against yourself, to confuse yourself, but yet this is projections of their weak ass magic. They try to project their spells through someone's cards, bro, with the Page of Pentacles reverse, and still was a failed attempt. Look, Ten of Swords energy. It's like by them doing this, bro, they don't realize that they're cursing themselves with a Ten of Swords. This is curses. Like they're cursing themselves with doing that. Because you have every right to read your oracle cards or your divination cards without being on a negative level influence in order for these individuals to energetically attack you or spiritually attack you through your divination gifts. Yeah, you're still going to better to work with the Eight of Pentacles. You're still going to better to work. In fact, you're going to work a lot harder. It's like these individuals about them trying to do this to you if you are a divination person that may be subjected to this or all this betrayal. You're gonna better to work even more harder and be very much dedicated to your place of work. So the work that they're putting in to try to betray you is actually feeding you with way more energy and positivity so you could be more dedicated to your job. How stupid. Six of Sword diverse, but yet got the nerve to keep trying to bother you at your job. But yet putting you in a position of where you're going to actually love your job a lot more to where you don't have to be subjected to trouble coming your way relentlessly by them being stopped. Because of lying on you. Page of Wands reverse. This card kept coming up in reverse repetitively. For the last few readings, y'all, this has been coming up in reverse. This person trying to cause you a relentless amount of problems. It's like they do all this to you to where you're dedicated to your place of work if you are a divination person, but yet got the nerve to keep on trying to come back and bother you and try to get in your way. But yet all it's doing is getting in their way. And they can't stand that. This pisses them off when you're in this energy because you're not affected by it with a Three of Swords reverse. This literally proves that you're not victimizing anybody. And by them continuously trying to mess with you at the job, it's showing that they're victimizing you, that they have something to hide. Because why would they be continuously trying to mess with you at your job when something is being done on the other side of the situation that's pertaining to them? Once again, with all the Seven of Pentacles reverse. Fuck out of here. Six of Pentacles? Bro, some of these individuals literally have, I'm telling you, I'm not really going to stay on this energy, but this is beginning to get hilarious. Look, the star reverse. It's like they're literally draining themselves of all their creativity with the star reverse, draining themselves of all their creativity and trying to help each other out, but yet draining themselves of all their resources by trying to put your shine out. And look at what's happening, bro. Look, you got a relentless reverse, 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 reverse. That's all reversing onto them. That's all reverse, bro. It's like these individuals think that they're at some type of fucking water park. They can sit there and like go down slides and shit like that. A water park. That's what it's like they can have a field day at trying to run some type of amusement park, a water park with your destiny. But guess what? They ain't no fucking water turned on in order for them to go down the slide. It's like they're stuck in one spot. Stupid. It's like these individuals trying to manifest the whole damn water park, slither bond or whatever you call it. They try to manifest the whole water park with your destiny. They're trying to slide down all the slides at the water park. And yet, look, this is what's happening. They ain't going no damn wheres. It's like they stuck in one spot because you ain't providing the energy or the nurturing for them to continue with a cycle. But yet you're going against what they're trying to go against, which is universal flow of energy. And that's exactly what's catching them up also. Look at that snake coming back to bite a situation. That's karma coming back to bite all these individuals for doing that to you. Through the Justice and the Hierophant card and the Eight of Swords. How they like that? Five of Pentacles. Try to get you in a period of isolation, poverty, trying to break you down relentlessly. So this situation will be left out in the code in a very positive way at karma coming back in order to eat these individuals, man. I'm telling you. That's like this is eating them up on a spiritual level. This is giving me the vibes of I don't know if you ever watched the movie King Cobra with the snake, but King Cobra is an old movie. Not a new movie of King Cobra, it's an old movie, y'all. It's called King Cobra. This give me the vibes of like an anaconda or a king cobra, a double-headed cobra, a diamondback cobra, whatever it is. This is like a double-headed king cobra here. It's like they ain't got no business messing around with someone's destiny this way. And this right here is all about something's coming back to bite these individuals, bro, because this has been done to someone for a while. With the Wheel of Fortune reverse, this has been a continuous cycle that kept on occurring over and 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 hurting you very badly. But there's karma coming back in order for a lot of changes, negative changes to happen to this situation on their behalf. Because of causing nothing but negativity in your reality when you wasn't even supposed to be done this way for some of you. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have for the reading. Let's go ahead and get a closing message. Seven of Cup Traverse. So there's a reality check once again to see what is being done and what keeps on keeping the cycle ongoing and ongoing and ongoing and ongoing. But that's what's being stopped because karma's coming back around to bite a situation. But anyways, y'all, that's what I have for the reading. This will not resonate with everybody. I will have a donations link in the description box below if y'all care to donate. I'd greatly appreciate that. It does help me out a lot. But anyways, y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all some other time. Peace.